Nephew.
Hey, what's going on, huh?
Hey man, I tell you, this is been a long time coming.
Yeah.
But I knew that the change was gonna come. You know what I mean?
Amen.
I'm looking at the social media the other day, and this young 27-year-old social media guru got all these millions of votes, views, and followers behind him and shit. And I'll be damned if Jerry Jones have scheduled a damn fight between him and he ain't got no doubt in his mind whether Mike Tyson is gonna be there or not, because he know that if he tell Mike he want him at AT&T Stadium, and Mike claim he broke now. I don't know how a motherfucker that can make over 600 million, 700 million, and be broke.
Yep.
Now, I know the motherfucker ain't got no education. I thought he was street smart, but Jerry knew he could get him, because if Jerry can fuck Jimmy, Jerry can fuck anybody. Because Jimmy Johnson was a icon. He was a GOAT at what he does. Jimmy Johnson, right, nephew?
That's right.
Come on, participate with me, nephew.
Yeah. Jimmy Johnson, man, that was the coach till Jerry got him out of there.
Yeah. And why did Jerry get him out of there? Because he couldn't be bigger than Jerry, could he?
Yep. Nope. He felt like he could win without him.
But didn't he know Jerry was intelligent enough to know that he was not the owner and that Jerry was the owner? Because hell, they went to collegiate school together at Arkansas. Yeah, it was Jerry, Jimmy, and Barry. Barry Switzer. And that's how the fuck they got together with the Cowboys. But to make a long story short, nephew, this is a breezy afternoon, and the most important thing about this situation right here today is that we're together.
Amen. Yep.
You and I.
Just here on the earth doing funny business.
I was told back in the day that you don't never, your source of information don't never get too young or too old for you to receive it.
Yeah, that's facts.
Because nephew, if you can receive it and believe it, we're gonna achieve it.
Achieve it.
I don't care what it is. But then back to the fight. And so this is the way it goes. At AT&T Stadium. Now, you might not like Jerry as an owner for the way he's leading the Cowboys, but Jerry's leadership with the Cowboys, his business is about them dollars with Jerry. Jerry said, fuck the fame. You keep the fame, just keep them dollars coming.
That money.
I mean, that's Jerry. And I have that respect for him. But, see, when we were coming up, the situation like Jerry and Jimmy had was like, if nephew, you and I was down at the park and we was getting a baseball game together. And if we didn't let Jerry play the position that he wanted to play, then Jerry would take his equipment. What would he do, nephew?
Yep, go home. Or he was the rich people that had the field.
Yeah.
And if you ain't let them play quarterback, y'all can't play here.
That's right.
Y'all can't play at my daddy's house.
So Jerry, the little rich kid with the big ego, right?
Yeah.
And so from the time that they became like brothers at one time, Jerry considered the Cowboys as being his toy. Because when Jerry, Jimmy, and Switzer was in college, Jerry's daddy made sure that they had the best, all of them.
Mm-hmm.
They had all the girls. They had the money.
Mm-hmm.
And they could just about do anything they want to do and they can get out of it because Jimmy know the governor,
Mm-hmm.
who is
Yep.
President Clinton, Governor Clinton was the governor of Arkansas.
Mm.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But back to this fight. I understand, nephew,
Mm-hmm.
Netflix has said to their subscribers they can watch the fight for free.
Yep. It's on live stream on Netflix.
Yeah, actually they not watching it free. They catching up on not as much how Netflix is fucking them, but it's not as much. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, not as much.
To make them think they get. See, the worst thing you can do
Mm-hmm.
is tell somebody they got something free.
Mm.
If you tell a motherfucker they got something free, the motherfucker say, I'll be there, and the motherfucker don't even know where it is. Did you hear what I'm saying? Nephew, do all make sense?
No, that makes sense. Free.
But that's the way they react to bullshit, nephew. You know, this being, is it okay with you, the date? If Unc would say the date, because I really don't have to tell him what date we doing this on.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if it's okay with you, nephew, I just leave the date alone.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah.
Because the same thing we doing now, we can do it every day.
Any day.
It's an everyday thing, an any day thing.
Yeah.
And I have a message that I would like to take this time and send out to see, because I came up through the best to ever grace the stage. Mr. Richard Franklin Leonard Thomas Pryor. That's right. He put the C in comedy.
Facts.
And I got some shit I wrote about him too. Cause his ass got burned a few times and had a conversation with his nuts.
Mm-hmm.
Cause he dropped some fire on his nuts. And his motherfucking nuts said, hey, Rich. He said, how the fuck you want? He said, we're on fire, Rich. He said, well, put the fire out. He said, Rich, how am I going to put it out? Rich said, blow the damn fire out. So the nuts blew the fire, and the shit blazed up. And Rich said, oh, shit, goddamn, I realized I'm on fire. And Rich started running. His motherfucking nuts said, hey, Rich, say, motherfucker, what you want now? Say, you forgot something. Say, what did I forget? Say, you can fall down and smother that fire. Rich said, fuck that. Fuck that. These motherfucking feet gonna keep moving. This ass gonna be right behind it until I run up on me a hydrant, a water hole, a swimming pool, a pond, a lake, or a motherfucking ocean. And his motherfucking nuts say, hey, Rich, say, now what in the fuck you want now, nuts? Say, you forgot something, motherfucker? What did I forget, motherfucker? He said, Rich, you forgot you can't swim. He said, Rich said, fuck that shit. I'll figure that shit out when I get that fire off my ass. You know who I am, and this is my nephew.
DniqueOnTheWay, baby.
Ooh. We on the way, baby.
Tell them.
Yeah, I ain't lying to you. You know, I went home to a class reunion, D-Nick.
Yeah.
And we had a dinner, And one of my ex-classmates approached me, and she was looking old, ancient, molded, and decrepit. And she said, "Hey, don't you remember me? Don't you know who I am?" I said, "Yeah, you one of my teachers that used to tell me that I had the devil in my ass, and that she was gonna retain my ass in school, after school, and suck that damn demon out of me." She said, "No, they all dead." I said, "Beach, that's how you look." She said, "I know you bullshitting because you a comedian." I said, "You goddamn right, I am a comedian. I'm an OG comedian. But that motherfucking shit ain't no joke, nephew."
No joke.
Yeah, that's who it is. I came in at Atlanta Hartsfield Jackson International Airport a few months ago, nephew.
Yeah.
DniqueOnTheWay, he's on the way.
Tell him.
And I come through Homeland Security, and Homeland Security say, "Hey, misunderstanding." I said, "Yeah, that be me." Said, "Do you have any weapons or illegal drugs on you?" I say, "No, sir." I said, "I smoked all that shit before I departed LAX. And before I could close that damn conversation, here come a beach saying, 'Oh, Mr. Understanding, I knew that was you. I know that came anywhere.' She said, 'I just love his hard being a dick.'" And T.I. and Tiny was sitting there, and Cat Williams was too fucked up to know what was going on. And T.I. asked Tiny, said, "Did she say she just loved his hard big dick?" And Tiny said, "No, baby. She said she loved his hard being a dick. That's a joke." Yeah, and I had him fucked up in the head then, nephew, so I wanted to continue this shit. I dropped $100 on the floor. And I said, "Oh, who dropped this $100? And here come a Christian lady with a lion ass. "Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you. I didn't know where. Oh, mercy, thank you, thank you. I didn't know where I dropped my $100 at." And she come over and approached me. I said, "Ma'am, did you drop $100? She said, "I sure did." I said, "You $100 bill?" I said, "Well, ma'am, it made a hell of an impact when it hit the floor because it made change, nephew. You know who I am. This is my nephew."
It's me, baby DniqueOnTheWay, chilling with the philosopher of comedy, Mr. Understanding. You know, I was just telling him the other day when I was doing some comedy, ladies, if that pussy worth something, let it be worth something.
Come on.
If it's rent, money, and pussy on the first, let it be rent, money, pussy on the first. But don't call me on the 20th talking about you're hungry. If you can put a little something on it. Nah, They'll try to trick you, huh?
Yeah, but you know, back in the day when the unk was coming up, pussy used to be a business. Yeah, you know, shit. You could buy pussy back then. You could write a personal check for some pussy. And if you didn't like that shit, nephew, you could put a stop payment on it. Yeah. I mean, and now you can cash out that shit. You can pay for that shit in advance, nephew.
Yeah.
Because for some people, if they don't heat it and pray over it before they eat it, they gonna be eating some cold cock. Yeah. Ain't lying. You know, Trump said he got the juice in 2024.
That's what he said.
Nephew, what in the fuck OJ gonna say about that shit? Old Jago said, hell, he already kissing Putin's ass. Yeah, he might as well suck his head and get the juice.
Get the juice.
Because if you in here and you from New Orleans, tell this motherfucker that if you gonna get the juice out of them motherfuckers, you gonna have to suck that head. You know what I'm talking about? And speaking of head, I re-entered a stud the other day on the street, nephew.
Yeah.
I'm tempted to call you, but I said I can handle this. And she jumped out the car and run around to the back, and she said, oh, ain't no damage, everything all right. You ain't do no damage. Yeah, we like the same thing. Nephew, you know what I told her?
What's tough?
I said, yeah, sure, you're right. But you ain't driving no damn four in the flow. You ain't driving no stick shift. And I'm driving a motherfucking four in the flow. And it's dedicated to my friend, the late great Rudy Ray Moore. And it wasn't so long ago, to my surprise, and I pulled into my drive. And standing at my back door, nephew, was Unc's friend, the late great Rudy Ray Moore. And Rudy Ray never stood there before. The motherfucker got a dick longer than Loop 12 and North and South Figaro. So I got pissed off, nephew, and I jumped in my four in the flow. And I went and picked up what my mama used to chop cotton with a long time ago. And nephew, she said, Daddy, I said, yeah. She said, can I shift your four in the flow? I said, can you shift a four in the flow? She said, don't you know? I'm what your mama used to chop cotton with a long time ago. I said, well, shift the gears, nephew. And I grabbed the beach by her ears. And she said, oh, Daddy, this four in the flow ain't sitting on no short block. Nephew, she said, it's sitting on a long block. And the motor's running hot. And she believes she done stripped one of my gears. And I done throw the motherfucking rod in her motor. Detroit, Michigan. You know who I am. And this is my nephew.
DniqueOnTheWay, on the way, baby.
DniqueOnTheWay, on the way, baby. And we ain't bullshit. You know, back in the day, I know people don't talk about roaches no more. I have a close associate. I consider the person as one of my closest friends, even though we're not that close. But can't stand to hear roach jokes. And if you raised up anywhere in this country, you come up with some roaches.
Yeah.
And if you didn't have roaches, nephew, your neighbor had roaches. When we was coming up, we had so many roaches that the neighbors' roaches used to come over to fellowship because they thought we was running a church revival. And they had nerve, nephew. When we make out the grocery list for shopping, the motherfucking roaches tell us, don't forget to raid. You know, we get fucked up on that shit. And when we get back to the house and put the key in the door, they hear the key. We turn the light on, nephew. Them roaches started running like they in rush hour traffic trying to get out the way. And you know what my date said? She said, you got roaches? I said, no, I ain't got no roaches. I said, they residents. They live here. I said, every time I leave home and go to work and I come back, nephew, they got a U-Haul backed up, moving their ass back in. And one motherfucker approached me on crutches. Can you imagine a motherfucking roach on crutches? Talking about he on disability and he gonna pay his rent when he get his disabled check. I say, motherfucker, you got a death policy? Cause your ass might be getting ready to be smashed or sprayed. And the motherfucker looked up at me and said, you know damn well we get fucked up on that shit. Say, hit me 2 or 3 times with it. But in high school at Boss Man, that was one of the hangout Boss Man. We had a Tasty Freeze and a Boss Man where high school kids would hang out after school and in between school, and even when you're shooting hooky from school. And Boss Man used to make chip barbecue sandwiches. He had a pool table and pinball machine in there. And you get in there paying that pinball machine, back then I think it cost a nickel. And you shake that pinball machine, Boss Man tell you, stop shaking that machine because I'll shake your head like that. And Boss Man would do it too. And then he back there preparing you a chip barbecue sandwich. And when, before he bring it out to you, you want to get fucked up and say, hey, Boss Man, say, cut the roaches on my chip barbecue burger. And Boss Man said, what in the fuck you think I'm doing back here? What you think I'm cutting? He said, Boss Man said, I ought to charge your ass for extra meat. You know, that's a tribute to the people that don't like roaches, but roach jokes can be real humor. They can be humor because to me, the philosopher of comedy from Los Angeles, California, OG comedian, Mr. Understanding, funny is jokes and humor. And the joke's on you. I'm as funny as I want to be. You know what I want you to do? Get up off of your ass and come on out and laugh. And always remember, the emptiest wagon makes the most noise. Until the next time, I'll put some weight on it. What they got to do, nephew?
Put some weight on it.
You know who I am. This is my nephew.
DniqueOnTheWay, man. Hottest comedian in your city, trying to get litty, eat all the good food, make the people laugh, and see them titties. Amen. Come on.
That's it, baby. The other day, 2 men applied for one job, nephew. But the problem was there was only one job opening.